What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Woo, hey, Refuse. How you doing? Let some people get on in here. Let the notifications come out. Let me see. Oh, my God. It's been a long time. There we have it. There we have it. Woo, yes. There we have it. Nope. There we go. So, but I can't see y'all. Oh, I can't see. Hey. Well, hello. Look who's back on air. Oh, my goodness. Y'all know it's been a minute since I showed this face, y'all. Woo. Hey, I ain't had my hair done and no lipstick or no nothing. No, they was treating me like I was silly. There we go. Now we back in business. Now we back in business. Oh my goodness. How you been? Oh my goodness. I feel so good. So good to be back. We was snowed in, y'all, a little bit. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad like it would have been. We was expected to get a lot more, but we didn't get what we thought we would go get. You know what I mean? We didn't get what we thought we was gonna get. You know, we thought we was gonna get a whole lot more. I tell you, child, it was just crazy. It was just some crazy stuff going on. Thank you. I'm trying to be okay. I'm trying to be okay with this stuff and everything. I'm trying to be okay, but listen, we got to get into this, right? We got to get into this, okay? We got to get into this because I'm just telling you, we got to get into it. Let me turn this microphone up a little bit more. Make sure y'all can hear me. Yes, make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, so we got a lot of things going on, right? A lot of things going on. And we're going to be talking about Michael Avenatti. And we're going to be talking about Michael Avenatti, and we're going to be talking about the stuff that he was behind, all of the scandals and all of the things that he was, part of the setup. Oh, thank you. Yes, we supposed to be getting together. Uncle Stu, thank you, Uncle Stu. We supposed to be getting together soon, okay? And I'm hoping we get together. I tried to email you. I don't know why it got kicked back to me. But your girl is back, okay? When I was looking like Seeley from being quarantined, they was treating me like Seeley. I got clicked off people panels. Kwame kicked me off his panel and the lead attorney and everything else. Ooh, thank you, Uncle Stu. Uncle Stu, they don't love me like you love me, Uncle Stu. They don't love me like you love me. They don't love me like you love me. I'm just trying to. Y'all don't love me like your Uncle Stu love me. Y'all don't. No, y'all don't love me like Uncle Stu. But Uncle Stu, we got to get together. We definitely got to get together. I want you. I told you late last year we'll get together. Oh yes, and we got to do that. I say I'm gonna do something, and I try to keep my promise, especially if I'm alive to do it. Thank God for that. We're gonna be talking about oh yeah, they treat your baby bad. But see, that's because I ain't had my hair done. They treated me like I was silly, Uncle Stu. Now they can treat me like I'm natty. That's all I got to say. Now they can treat me like I'm natty. So we're gonna be talking about Michael Avenatti, right? So Michael Avenatti was convicted, for stealing for Stormy Daniels. Okay. He was convicted. I'm gonna move my big old butt on over here, okay, in this fire. And I'm going to go ahead and put him in the fire, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put him in the fire. Let me pull it up on my phone. Hold on. Let me pull this up on my phone to figure out what the heck is going on. Because we got to figure out what's going on here. Hold on, let me see. They have, so much stuff. So much stuff. Let's see. Why is this? Okay. This is me. All right. Because I like to be able to be aware of some things. And I like to see some things. Okay, I can see. And so, because if I have to click this off, I can at least see from here. Okay. So now we're going to be seeing this. I'm going to pull this up here. And now y'all see. Okay. So Michael Avenatti was convicted on wire fraud for aggravated identity theft for stealing from Stormy Daniels. And if y'all don't know, Stormy Daniels is a porn star. Okay. Now, Stormy said Michael was jealous and all this and that. This is CNN Politics. This is by Lauren, Del Val and Kara Scannell, of CNN. And it was just updated, It was just updated. And we're going to talk about what they have. But we know the media tell lies and stuff like that. But, he was part of the lies. What I find funny in this situation, if you guys follow me in the Kel sector, is the fact that this was the same network that his ass was working in when he was setting up R. Kelly. And it's so funny how his ass is convicted, and it's the same damn network that got it front page in the media and on the internet. I just think I just go figure. Just go figure. All right. Hey, babies, how y'all doing? Come on in here. So, it says Michael Avenatti was convicted Friday of wire fraud and aggravated identity theft for stealing from Stormy Daniels. Now, here's me. Now, we're going to read this, and then we're going to break this shit down, because I'm going to break it down today. People still coming in, and that's good. Make sure y'all hit the like buttons coming on in. I'm going to break all this down. When I'm getting in full commentary, I do not see the chat line, I do not see the chat when I'm in the commentary. I'm not that good. Never was that good at that. So, if I take a break from commentary or a breather or whatever, that's when I acknowledge you. But welcome, everyone. Come on in here to Spittinfire. Let's break this on down. Now, the prosecutors allege that Avenatti, who helped negotiate the $800,000 advance from Daniels, in October of 2018 book for disclosure, defrauded his former client by instructing her literary agent to send two of the installments of the advance totaling nearly $300,000 to an account controlled by him, rather than directing it to Daniels without her knowledge. Now, he didn't collect some money on her behalf, contacting the literary agencies, telling them, give it to me because I'm representing her and all this and that. Because when you sit up there and hire an attorney, those things can happen, right? But he didn't tell her that they paid, He didn't tell her that. He just collected the damn money, all right? He just collected the money, and that's just crazy. Speaking to cameras outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan Friday, Avenatti said he is very disappointed in the verdict. One of the things, this man's supposed to be convicted on all kind of shit. He is the most convicted man that's always fucking free. I don't understand why his ass can't stay in jail. And then when he was in jail, he did like 60 days. When his ass should have been doing like 10 to 15 years. Why his ass can't stay convicted? What is it about Michael Avenatti that can't keep his ass behind bars? I'm just not understanding it. I'm very disappointed in the jury's verdict. I look forward to a full, adjudication of all of the issues on the appeal, Avenatti told CNN. So he's going to appeal, right? Avenatti is scheduled to be sentenced on May 24. Now, a lot of times, it seemed like to me in Manhattan, anytime somebody got a charge against you, it just seemed like you're going to be convicted. It seemed like the people in Manhattan, not that Michael Avenatti is innocent, because he's not. But what I'm saying is, it just seems like everybody in Manhattan get convicted. It's like nobody ever wins a case. Like if you accused of something, you automatically guilty. Hold on, y'all. I got to take a sip. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. The verdict came after an eventful day when the jury asked the judge for help, saying one of the 12 was acting on a feeling and not considering evidence. One was acting on a feeling. What feeling? What feeling? What feeling? I want to know what that feeling was. I definitely want to know. And I want to know, when they talk about Michael Avenatti, why they don't never bring up R. Kelly? But let's listen. Let's read some more. Hey, baby. Hey, babies. We have one Okay, we have one juror who was refused to look at evidence and asking on feelings. We need assistance on moving forward. She does not believe she needs to prove her side using evidence and refuse to show us how she has come to her conclusion. The note said, according to the judge, okay? And then it said, please help her move forward, not going on any evidence or emotion, and does not understand the job of a jury. Okay, so somebody said that she don't understand the job of the jury. She's going by emotions and all this and that. Avenatti moved for a mistrial, arguing that the jury is clearly deadlocked and any further instructions or actions will be coercive. Now, you know what? It took a long time for this verdict to come down. And it seemed like the person who had some feelings about the verdict, it just seemed like they gave in. So if that was the case, when he comes up on appeal, he's going to definitely probably have a good one, because I don't know what's going on with this, okay? Okay, the firm considered the motion, okay, but denied, saying, I don't think we're there yet. So it's a lot of things that was going on with Michael Avenatti and Stormy Daniels. Actually, to be honest with you, I think they had a thing going on. But that's me. That's just my opinion. Spitting-Fire just being messy right now. That's just my opinion. I think he hit that. I don't care what nobody say. I think Michael Avenatti hit that. And I think he took her damn money and everything else because she was a porn star. You know, and he probably felt like you suck and do this. I know you know I hit. Come on now. She done that for... Come on now. Y'all know she's a porn star. Y'all don't think Michael Avenatti hit that. Y'all don't think that she done gave him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She probably gave him a lot. She's a porn star. I'm quite sure she did a whole lot of things. But she ain't say, she was like, nigga, don't take my dough. Like, you don't take my money though. You can get this and you can get this, but you ain't finna take my ends. And that's probably what sparked all this. Now, one of the things that I find interesting is that every time we talk about Michael Avenatti, it's always Stormy Daniels. They want to act as if Michael Avenatti, okay, let me bring this up. They want to act like Michael Avenatti wasn't this person right here. Yeah, now some of y'all are in your feelings. I know. Because that's Michael Avenatti and Gayle King. Okay? For those of you who don't remember, that's Michael Avenatti and that's Gayle King. You thinking to yourself, well, dang, I didn't know Michael Avenatti knew Gayle King. Some of you new people. Yeah. He sure did. And guess who else he knew? You know what I'm saying? There's other people he knew too. There's other people he knew as far as Michael Avenatti. Guess who he was part of the helping set up? He was helping, let me see if I can find this stuff. Because I wasn't planning on going all into this detail, but it was much needed. He was part of this setup with him right here. None other than, R. Kelly. Yes, remember that infamous interview with Gayle King and R. Kelly? Yeah, and I did a breakdown on it. You heard that only on Spittinfire? Yep, Spittinfire did it. Yep, she broke it all down. Yep, I sure did. Everybody else was trying to have people on their channels over here or over there. When I was in the Kel sector, I was breaking shit down because I'm like, this don't make no sense. How is this damn scandalous ass attorney over here with Stormy Daniels and fucking with Donald Trump and everything else? And then next thing you know, he's setting up R. Kelly. But hold on. Y'all didn't know nothing yet. Let me tell y'all something else. Y'all didn't know nothing else yet. I tell you the truth. This don't make no sense. Who else attorney was Michael Avenatti? Yeah. That was his attorney. Remember that? Remember that interview that he did? Okay, when they was talking about R. Kelly and doing all these press conferences. Who is this? This is R. Kelly's ex-girlfriend's father who said that she was held against her will. He effed her at 17, even though the mama told him that she was 18. All that came out in the court. Yep. This him. Michael Avenatti representing him. Now, I know you thinking to yourself, how is these people all definitely have some criminal past? And at the time, R. Kelly had no criminal past. He has none. not even a traffic ticket, and yet all of them have a criminal past. He has a lengthy criminal past. Avenatti has a criminal past. And then some other people have criminal passes. But yet, Avenatti can't stay in jail. What did Avenatti do? What did Avenatti do? Okay. Now, mind you, he's supposed to be setting up R. Kelly and trying to steal from Stormy Daniels. But then what did he do in the midst of all of that? What did he do in the midst of all of that? Some of y'all may not know what he did in the midst of all of that. I know what he did. I know exactly what he did in the midst of everything that was going on. I know exactly what he did. And I'm going to tell you. In the midst of all of that, his butt sat up there and was extorting money from Nike. He was extorting money from Nike. Let's take a listen to that video. Let's try to find that, okay? Let's try to find that video. Let me see. From Nike, Avenatti. Let's look for that. Because we need to know. We need to know what's going on. Why is this man cannot get and stay convicted? What the hell is going on? But let's listen to, as a matter of fact, let's rewind. Let's go back and listen to when he was talking about R. Kelly. Okay? And that was like in the midst of the Stormy Daniels and his own shit. Let's talk about it.
Good afternoon. Let me start by thanking State Attorney Kim Foxx and her exceptional staff for their dedication and professionalism that they have exhibited while working with me and my clients over the last few weeks. The City of Chicago and Cook County are very fortunate to have Kim Foxx and her professional staff at the helm of this criminal prosecution, and I am highly confident, extremely confident, that at the end of this journey, R. Kelly will be convicted on multiple counts. Ms. Foxx, from the very first moment that I approached her in connection with the information that we had uncovered, has been nothing but dedicated and professional. She gave me her personal assurance the first time that I met her in person earlier this month that she was going to see to it that a fair and thorough investigation was conducted by her office, that they were going to be diligent and beyond thorough as it related to getting to the bottom of this evidence and potentially bringing criminal charges against R. Kelly. This has not been a rush to judgment by any stretch of the imagination. They have been very thorough, as I said earlier, dedicated, and methodical in their investigation. I presently represent 6 clients, 2 victims, 2 parents, as well as 2 whistleblowers who can both be described as no first tape. Mr. Kelly, on at least one occasion, told associate number 1 that he would be, quote, dead, close quote, if another copy of the first tape surfaced. Mr. Kelly also bragged to associate number 1 that he had dotted his I's and crossed his T's, quote, unquote, and that the young girl who was depicted in the videos and the young girl's family would not testify against him in connection with the trial because he had relocated them and paid them off. It was subsequently learned that Mr. Kelly, through multiple means, had paid the young victim and her family over $2 million not to testify and come forward in connection with the 2008 trial. So to those R. Kelly fans who want to talk about the 2008 trial and the fact that he was acquitted, it was bogus. R. Kelly bought his acquittal. He bought this victim and their parents and ensured that the truth was never told to that jury in 2008. 8.
Stormy Daniels, in her first statement since her high-profile attorney was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence, tells NBC News, these are serious and obviously very troubling allegations, but right now that is all they are, allegations. The adult film star says she'll reserve judgment until after an investigation, adding, of course, I do not condone violence against women, and if these allegations prove true, I will be seeking new representation. Avenatti has represented Daniels in her case against Donald Trump, in which she says she was paid to stay quiet about an alleged affair, something the president denies. As for Avenatti's case, Los Angeles police have not identified the victim, as Avenatti vehemently denies doing anything wrong. His estranged wife and his ex-wife both say he's never been physically violent toward them. Now, in a new twist, the attorney's hinting a right-wing conspiracy theorist could be setting him up. He's often made his case on camera, but Avenatti now finds himself the center of conversation.
We know him. He comes on the show. It was very upsetting to hear this, very disappointing. If it proves to be true, I will disavow him.
But Avenatti insists it's not true, released from jail, and fighting, he says, to clear his name.
I have never struck a woman. I never will strike a woman. I have been an advocate for women's rights my entire career. I am confident that I will be fully exonerated.
He's at Nike. The allegations of misconduct were similar in kind to those that formed the core of a prior criminal prosecution brought by our office, that payments were made to families of high school basketball players. In that meeting, and in subsequent conversations that were recorded as part of our investigation, Avenatti threatened to hold a press conference at which he would make these allegations public if the company did not agree to his financial demands.
He would be, quote, dead. Close.
In that meeting, and in subsequent conversations that were recorded as part of our investigation, Avenatti threatened to hold a press conference at which he would make these allegations public if the company did not agree to his financial demands.
So, if you want to know why I played 2 videos with one fading in and out, it was because of the simple fact that when the FBI said that he threatened Nike, that he would continue to hold press conferences after press conferences after press conferences until they actually get what they want, he get what he want. That's the same thing he did to R. Kelly. When Michael Avenatti was working with the so-called victims and their parents, and when he was supposed to be putting pressure on Kim Fox, the main thing he kept doing was doing press conference after press conference after press conference. The very same thing he told Nike was the very same thing he did to R. Kelly. Now, what I don't understand is at the time, R. Kelly was never convicted of anything and didn't have no criminal charges or nothing like that. What I don't get is that how is it that R. Kelly can go through a whole trial and his ass ain't even brought up in the trial? How is it that R. Kelly can go through a whole trial and everybody can think what they want to think, but you got a criminal claiming that somebody who ain't been convicted on nothing is a criminal? I don't understand this. I don't get what when do we as a country say you a criminal, so you are qualified to put and speak on somebody who you claiming to be a criminal? That used to didn't hold no weight. That used to be no, we can't trust you either. You had to be solid. You had to be on the up and up for us to trust you. Now it's like, so what, he a criminal? Okay, but don't you think, and then make it so bad about it, don't y'all find it odd that he knew Gail? You see all them, Don Lemon and all of them, don't you find it odd that he knew Gail? And R. Kelly met with Gail and everything else in that interview? Don't you find it odd? Y'all don't find that odd? Okay, because a lot of times when you guys sat up there and was talking, seeing R. Kelly in that Gayle King interview, many of you were saying R. Kelly was guilty. He did this and he did this. Well, it's 3 years later. Let's try to find that interview, at least a clipping of it. And let's see what you see today that you overlooked and thought that you saw back then. Because I think when you look at things and all these allegations, you have to realize Surviving R. Kelly had just came out. They already persuaded you. They already persuaded you that he was guilty. They already, put it in your head. They already had these young women out there. Well, every so often here on Spittinfire, even though I'm not in the Kel sector anymore, I'm going to remind you. I'm going to remind you. And I'm going to take you back to common sense and logic. It makes sense. I just said, before I even show you this clipping, I just said for me that I don't believe a guy who beat a case 20 years ago will put himself in that situation again. Even if he did it or not, I don't think he would have done it. I think he would have been, nope, like, That's a scary moment to think that you're going to go to prison. I don't think he would have done it. And if he did, he was going to make sure they was 18. He wasn't going to do that no more. And I think that people got away from him. No, these allegations was going on forever. Well, when you are a celebrity, somebody spread rumors on you, they never go away. They never go away. We know that. When somebody put a rumor on you, it never goes away. It sticks with you forever. Because people believe the worst of you. They believe the worst, unfortunately. So if somebody put a rumor on me, they're going to believe it. Because people love to believe bad shit. It's entertaining. The truth is boring. Right? So I'm thinking to myself, but I would never want that. I'm like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, or whatever. But the thing of it is, I don't think so. So I've had many arguments with my family members. I've had many arguments with friends over this. I've had many arguments with some of you. I've had many arguments with a lot of people over this. And I said, this doesn't sound right. Let me tell you why I said it don't sound right. It didn't sound right to me because I've never seen this much to convict a man. I never seen this much to convict. That's how I said, because I told my girlfriend and my co-host at the time, I said, he innocent. She said, girl, them charges was on him forever. I said, no. He found not guilty on those charges. We got to let that go. He innocent. They trying too damn hard to convict him. Anytime the government tries so hard to convict your ass, you know goddamn well you innocent. They trying too goddamn hard because the truth don't need no help. I don't need to do a documentary. I don't need to sit up there and have all these victims go around all these medias, social media sites. What did they do? They got the attention of the damaged. Who is the damaged? The victims. Who are victims? People who are in similar situations or think they are. People who have been a victim of sexual assault. They got their attention. And so I'm thinking to myself, let me see. I'm like, oh my God. So let's take a look. Listen. Let's go back and listen to this.
I am surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and seeing things on the blogs, and I'm just tired.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God, all of them. Got little girls trapped in the basement, helicopters over my house, trying to rescue someone that doesn't need rescuing because they're not in my house, handcuffing people, starving people. I have a harem, a cult. I don't even really know what a cult is, but I know I don't have one,
Have you done anything that you regret? Have you done anything wrong?
Lots of things wrong when it comes to women that I apologize, but I apologize in those relationships at the time I was in the relationships.
Have you broken any laws when it comes to women?
Absolutely not.
The 6-part series interviewed 50 people, family members, your former tour manager, numerous women who all claim that you abused them. Yeah. Are you saying everybody in that documentary was not telling the truth about you? Everybody?
If you really look at that documentary, which I'm sure you have,
I have.
Everybody said something bad about me. Nobody said nothing good. They was describing Lucifer. I'm not Lucifer. I'm a man. I make mistakes, but I'm not a devil, and by no means am I a monster.
I'm going to name the names. Drea Kelly, your ex-wife, Kitty Jones, Lisa Van Allen, Lisette Martinez, Geronda Pace, Faith Rogers, Asante McGee. You're saying everything they said in that documentary about you is not true.
They are lying on me.
Why would these women say the same thing about you, that you are controlling, that you are abusive, that you tell women when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when they can sleep, where they can dress? Why would all these women tell these different stories about you if they were not true? And they don't know each other. That defies logic to me.
Right. Until you hear the explanation. You can start a rumor on a guy like me or a celebrity just like that. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, so-and-so did this to me. R. Kelly did this to me. And if you get any traction from that, if you're able to write a book from that, if you're able to get a reality show, then any girl that I had a relationship in the past that it just didn't work out, she can come and say the same exact thing.
Are you blaming this on social media?
I'm talking about the power of social media.
In 2008, R. Kelly was found not guilty on 14 counts of child pornography after prosecutors in Chicago failed to convince a jury that he was a man seen in a sex tape with a girl as young as 13.
What do you want to say to your fans?
Last month, Kelly was indicted again, this time charged with aggravated criminal sexual abuse of 4 women, including 3 who the charges say were minors at the time. Have you ever had sex with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never?
No.
I have to tell you, it's so hard to believe that based on all that we've read.
I'm going to tell you something, Gail. There's one thing. I'm going to tell you something. What the women
said about you.
What women said about me. So nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and lie on me.
So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You feel that people have maligned your character?
I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
So I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
how stupid would it be for R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding.
That's stupid, guys. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle.
All right. So when we seen that initially, many of you wasn't buying that from R. Kelly, but now you go back and it's set in. It doesn't sound right, does it? I know. He was telling the truth. And it was only a handful of us that knew that. The world did not know it. A lot of you were very skeptical. A lot of you didn't believe him. And unfortunately, in this society and where we come from, we convict our men and then we think about it and then we say free them. But the freedom is already taken. So if we go back and look and listen to logic and truth, then we could avoid our men being prosecuted unjust on false claims. Because I've always said from 2018 to 2018 and 2019 was that when money is involved, you really need to comb through real fine. When people want to sue, you really need to comb through things with a fine comb, because you will find a lot that comes out in a dirty head. I'm just keeping it a buck. So I said to myself, initially, I said when I first seen the docuseries, I said, "Oh, he know he a monster." Now I never thought it was something he should go to jail for. I just thought he was just a player manipulating women. They thought no big deal. You know what I mean? Like, but when it was like charges, I was like, wait a minute, hold on, what? R. Kelly going to jail for who? These people? Nah. So then there were some other things that were happening, right? And we know that Michael Avenatti know Gayle King. I just go back to that because I'm thinking, she sat up here and did this interview. He's sitting up here doing a press conference. He knows Kim Fox. I did that breakdown already. Don't make me have to go do this breakdown on this live. My first day back with my dude did. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. But I guess I will. But before we do that, let's go back and look at some more stuff. Let's go down memory lane on this, right? Let's go down memory lane. Now, y'all know about Asante McGee. Now, she wasn't in the courts, but she was going on public platforms. And what's so interesting about it is none of these platforms that this woman went on vetted her. Not CBS, not another one. And she often was in Surviving R. Kelly, only to find out she didn't even have a relationship with him. This stuff is crazy. But let's listen to her.
Now, I was there. Were you at the New York premiere?
Yes.
I was there also.
Okay.
And I never got a chance to follow up with you guys afterwards because we were excited to talk to you guys after. But what happened? So can we firstly talk, for those who don't know, at the NY premiere, there was an actual threat and they made us leave the building within about 10 minutes of the actual screening of the movie. And within maybe the first 5, there was tears being cried out from you guys. And so let's just pick up from there. Since then, we couldn't do another premiere. We did do another screening, but it was very, very quiet. How do you feel now that it's out? And
I feel liberated. I'm just happy that, the truth is being revealed, and that I know there's a lot of naysayers, but just know that we won't be silenced. And I'm just happy to know that there are more victims coming forward. And for me, it's not just about victims of R. Kelly, it's about victims all over the world.
And they are victims all over the world. And I want to thank you for that bravery and boldness. What were some of the things you took into consideration when you decided to go ahead and be a part of the show? Because you put a lot of trust in them telling the story right,
For me, as being a woman and a mother, I just knew that it could no longer go forward. I didn't know that he had so many victims until after the docuseries aired. Because, when I first came forward in 2016, it didn't air until 2017. And just more and more victims was coming forward, and it was just shocking.
And the biggest thing now, moving forward in healing and moving forward with your life, mental health is very important. Are you seeking counsel, seeking therapy now?
I am seeking therapy right now. At first I was in denial, but then since the documentary aired, I had to realize that I had to take care of myself first.
Come on and take care of yourself.
Yes.
So speaking to any of the victims, this is the last question, any victim that may be going through maybe those feelings and not sure if they want to say something or not, just say some words to that girl or boy who may be experiencing that fresh assault.
I always say that, don't think about what happened if you stay. Think about think about what happened if you leave. Think about what happened if you stay. Because, it might start all small, but the longer you stay, the more and more the abuse occurs, and it gets worse.
Right. So speak out. Let someone know.
Yes.
Thank you so much for holding out with us.
Now, what? The image is everything sometimes. And to come off as sympathetic, but you got these boobies in a low neckline dress saying I'm a victim. But the world believed her. The world believed her. The world believed her. The media. Nobody got mad at the media for putting this lying woman on CBS. Nobody contacted the media. Nobody did anything in the media when they heard this. No celebrities, nobody. Knowing what we know, knowing what we seen, nobody said, wait a minute. That heifer lying, and why is she on here? This is wrong. Because if it's him, it's me. Nobody think of it like that. Nobody thinks of it like that. And that is the problem. That is the problem. Because many people need to figure it out. Many people need to figure it out. So I just don't understand. Now, here is one of the things I want to talk about. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to try to find this girl, because this is just crazy for a woman to be able to go on all these platforms, right, and talk about this man in this light, and nobody care. Nobody vetted her because she was going on with the narrative. She was going with the story. Well, I'm old school. Your background, it's your credibility. So, look at this. Nobody. SPITTINFIRE put this up here first. SPITTINFIRE was the one that broke this 2 years ago in the scale sector. She said she was a victim. Look at her at the top. At the pictures with R. Kelly. Look her in the middle, taking pictures with him. This is your victim. Then at the top right, this was her. Fell on hard times. Look how she looking with the savages. At the bottom, this is her arrest record. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 mugshots. 5. Do y'all need to count them again at the bottom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You believe this opposed to R. Kelly. And I'm thinking, and so many people's like, oh my God, yes, you helped put your men away. 2012, she was arrested for obstruction. 2009, she was arrested for harassment. 2009 again, she was arrested for shoplifting. Thank you for the super chat. 2006 for stalking. And what was she arrested for in 2003? Extortion. These are supposed to be your victims and witnesses against R. Kelly. These are it. When I said that you guys should have been marching for men's rights and against these women liberation movement, this is what put your damn men away. People like her. You mean to tell me you got the biggest singer of all times incarcerated over this type of shit? Are you kidding me? This is what we stoop to? This is how damaged women are to get back at men, that we will believe a convict con artists, scammers over somebody that's solidified, that you made your babies to. Interesting. Thank you, Uncle Stu. Interesting. However, and there is, however, in those sentences, okay? Because you have people that said that they didn't know where R. Kelly was with their daughter. He wouldn't allow them to see their daughter. We wanted to do some business deals with him, but that didn't happen. He told us that we couldn't see our daughter. We didn't see her in years. Come to find out, all that was a lie, child. All that came out in the transcript. So this man got to sit up here, stay convicted to this other attorney, untangle this woven web they got him in. Untangle this woven web they got him in. And then it's going to be people that still going to believe these lying ass women knowing what they see. Because the one thing about being on TV and on social media is that they're young and they can't stay off social media. They supposed to be Jane Does, but how are you Jane Doe when everybody know who the hell you are already? Because you can't stay off this shit. See, the difference between my generation and yours is that we didn't have this, and I was already grown when all this shit came out. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying, self, this is crazy. This is some crazy shit. But what happened? What happened? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look again, okay? Let's take a look at, let me see who we gonna look at. Who are we gonna look at? Doesn't even make any sense for them to have this man in this stuff. Oh, but the ex-wife was in on it too. Let's talk about her for a minute. The ex-wife, remember this? She was on Hollywood Exes. Let's talk about her. Let's go down memory lane with her right quick because I got her pulled up right here. So she was on Hollywood Exes, but she was talking about some good shit. Now, for a person who said that you was finna commit suicide, you was finna do all this and that because you were a victim of R. Kelly, you no longer a victim. Well, she didn't tell y'all she got married after R. Kelly. Child, now say what now? I was like, when I heard that she was married after R. Kelly, I was like, now say what? And then I remember she was on Hollywood Exes and she got married to this guy. And I said, well, wait a minute. How did this work? How do you get married to a guy, divorce a guy, marry another guy, and then come off as if you just the ex-wife of this guy and like you ain't had another ex after him? Y'all, we've been bamboozled. We need to go down there and bust that man out of jail ourselves because we are the blame. Because we are the people and we fell for they bullshit listening to that Me Too bullshit crap. And ain't none of that bitches around. None of them bitches around. That ugly motherfucker is not around today. She ain't been on social media. And yeah, here we is, everybody being convicted on Me Too.
On me. I was like, okay, I don't know. You R. Kelly now. I know you got a lot of girlfriends. We ain't gonna never be together, boo-boo. I ran for him for 2 years. Like, no ma'am. Oh no, I don't want to be your girlfriend because you got about 1,500 of those. And then one day, I don't know, he just wooed me and I looked, I was like, he cute. Okay, babe, we might be able to do this. Let me see what we working with.
And it just seemed like overnight, it just turned into, and I think because we were friends first, that it was easy because I loved him as my friend. So to fall in love with your friend, it was just an easy transition. It wasn't one of those, okay, he's sending me flowers and jewelry and clothes and cars. It was like, dude, let's go to McDonald's. Let's get this little 9-piece jumping off in a Coke and talk about playing basketball. So we just had that bond. That was really, really cool. And there you go. Next thing I know, we getting married. We have our first daughter, Joanne. We go on tour. I'm knocked up again. We have Jaya. We go on tour. I'm knocked up again. We have little Robert. So our life, it just went from homeboy, homegirl, dancer, choreographer, fiance, wife. Now we've got kids and nannies. We got a bus with toys and cribs and extra security. And I'm just wigging out because I'm like, how did it go from a girl on the south side getting food from a soup kitchen to R. Kelly's wife? Those 3 children that we have were out of love. So it's like we had good times, and that was my friend. And at the end of the day, I lost my friend. And it's hard to deal with. And I hope one day we'll get back.
So, you lost your friend. Where was the abuse at, Drea? Why did the media act like this video ain't out there? Why? As much as she been on Sister Circle crying them alligator tears, he beat me, he abused me, but I wasn't broken. Acting like she Tina Turner. Y'all, I'm just saying, I'm not putting this in y'all head. I'm not putting this in y'all head. They said this shit. All Spittinfire doing is showing you what these supposedly victims doing and said. It ain't come from me. I didn't get her to sit down there on that interview and say she married her friend. Those 3 kids were out of love. And at the end of the day, I lost my friend. This was after their divorce. This was back in 2012. She didn't say nothing about abuse. She had her kids all on the media talking about their daddy abused them. She didn't say none of this. And they didn't even pull this up. They hid it. They hid this. We had to search and dig for this clipping. They hid it. Yeah. Spittinfire broke it down several times. And I just feel it's time every year I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down every year until this man is free. Because it's horrible to be locked up on lies. It's horrible to be locked up and the liars are free. And the people now know the truth. And I think people just don't even know what to do. Like, what can we do? And there's so many celebrities that know and have pull or have enough of a voice to come together and say, hey, they can't stay off the internet and they saying and doing something contrary to what they were saying in court and what they initially said in the claims. But they scared because if they say something, who gonna come after them? And I told men, y'all got to start pushing back. That Me Too, y'all need to shut them down. Y'all got the power to do it. Y'all just scared to do it. You do it together, they can't do nothing. You do it individually, they're gonna come after you individually. So stand together. That's all. That's all. Just stand together. So what happened? Right? So now, I don't even know if I want to show that. That's just so bad. I don't even know if I want to show some of this stuff that I have. Like, it's so bad. Like, really? It's so bad. Now, this guy, Gerald Griggs. I'm going to show you guys. And I'm going to show a picture of him first. Gerald Griggs. This is Gerald Griggs. I'm going to cover me up while I show you Gerald Griggs. Gerald Griggs is an NAACP attorney out of the Georgia branch, vice president of the NAACP. If you guys don't know what the NAACP, okay, he's the attorney for the NAACP. Am I saying that right? NAACP, or is it NCAA? It's goddamn one of the sports, ain't it? NAACP. Yeah, AACP. Yeah, I said it right. Why y'all had me thinking I said it wrong? That's what I'm talking about. I knew I had it right. So he is the vice president of the NAACP branch, okay? National Organization of Advancement of Colored People. When your civil rights and shit been violated, and you part of the protective class of 1960, is it 64? And you go to these organizations like this, and they're supposed to help you to make sure that your civil rights has not been violated. What comes with the civil rights? Well, one of the things that comes with the civil rights is the fact that you don't want, let me see. The fact that comes with civil rights is that you don't want your due process to be tainted, right? You don't want your due process to be tainted, okay? And so you hire people like this, and you say, hey, I'm black, and they treat me bold. They doing this, and they saying I can't do this, and this against my constitutional rights, and all. You go hire him. You go get Gerald Griggs. Because Gerald Griggs is the vice president of the NAACP. He's also an attorney. So you go get him. Because he wants black people to have rights. And he understands due process. And he understands innocent until proven guilty. He understands this, right? Wouldn't you think that a civil rights attorney is supposed to understand due process and civil rights stuff when it comes to the court system? Wouldn't you think that a civil rights attorney would not be a part of no shenanigans, right? He wouldn't be, because it would be a conflict of interest, right? Wouldn't it be a conflict of interest? Tell me if it would be a conflict of interest. I think it'll be a conflict of interest, right? So, come to find out, okay, he was on the Breakfast Club with the guy over here in the gray suit that helped him get there, the agent guy. He's behind a lot of it. And they on the Breakfast Club. This is Gerald Griggs again, right? So let's take and I'm going slow because I want y'all to really soak in what I'm finna say before I give y'all the shocker. Now, Gerald Griggs is the NAACP attorney that's from the NAACP's office. He goes on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne the God was in Surviving R. Kelly, right? Along with mute R. Kelly ladies, okay? Along with the mute R. Kelly ladies. This is the mute R. Kelly ladies. All right, okay? Oranike and Kenyette. But guess what your girl Spittinfire found out when I did my breakdown? That Gerald Griggs also is a part of the mute R. Kelly. So wait, hold on, Fire. Hold on. Wait a minute. Say what now? Gerald Griggs is part of the mute R. Kelly? So why would a civil rights attorney for the NAACP, who's the vice president of it, be down with mute R. Kelly? Because what if R. Kelly needed a civil rights attorney because his due process was violated, which it has been? Why would a civil rights attorney help violate somebody's civil rights? But who attorney was he also? Okay? He was also other people's attorney. So what did Gerald Griggs do? Huh? What did Gerald Griggs do? He threw
We just finished the watch party for Surviving R. Kelly, The Reckoning. I wanted to get your thoughts. What did you think about the project?
I feel completely depleted and invigorated at the same time. Just the daunting reality of how it's impacting our community, our families, and our culture, but also to know that the family and people like you are committed to the fight. I believe that a change is going to happen.
And what do you think we need to do going forward to have this conversation with the church as well as with black men in general about the issues of sex trafficking and the issues that are going on in our community?
The Bible already gave a prescription. Our people die from a lack of knowledge. I think that what has to happen now is to raise awareness, do larger group viewings like we did on tonight, with prayerfully more men to really get to the heartbeat of where the dysfunction rests.
We definitely appreciate you coming.
Now, there was a watch party for Surviving R. Kelly Part 2. At this time, R. Kelly in jail, but he wasn't convicted. Why would you continue to have watch parties and documentaries? Doesn't make sense, people. It doesn't make sense. An innocent man is detained. So then, he violated his civil rights. How do you gonna help set up and violate somebody's civil rights and you a civil rights attorney for the NAACP? So the NAACP behind it. What party does the NAACP support? The Democratic Party. The Democrats. The Democrats. The Democrats. You ain't hear that from Spittinfire. That's a secret between us. That's a secret. Because I wanted to break this down on a bigger platform, but it never worked. So next thing you know, we have all these people that Gerald Griggs, I just think that's a conflict of interest and he should be disbarred. Really. That's a conflict of interest to be a civil rights attorney and help violate someone's civil rights. Okay? That's a violation to me because you are an officer of the court. You are an officer of the court. Oh, they playing with my numbers. YouTube is pissed off at Spittinfire. They're playing with my numbers. Oh, now they got it back. I know y'all mad. I know. It happens. It happens. Can I get the lights up, please? Can I get the lights up a lot, please? Yeah, they playing with it. They playing with it. They don't like what I'm saying. Too bad. Because it got to be said. So, now that we know we had the civil rights attorney help set up R. Kelly, and we know that the NAACP was behind the setup, that's why he wasn't able to get no civil rights help. They covered their grounds. They covered all bases. They had Michael Avenatti kept coming out over and over again. The same thing he told that he was going to do with Nike. He is in all this trouble. So all these people, and not to mention, there's other attorneys that have been convicted before R. Kelly on criminal charges that was down with the R. Kelly case, whether it was civil or whether it was criminal. Why is all these criminals, whether they lost their profession, ethics, and everything else, inserted in R. Kelly's situation? They took him down. This was all a big scam. This was a whole group of Ponzi people scamming on this man to make money off this man. And the Me Too didn't care because they wanted him. They don't care about innocent. But we are, because we the taxpayers. Do you know that every time a nigga have to go to jail, that's your tax money to house him? I don't want to house a motherfucker who ain't supposed to be there. I want to house the right people who's supposed to be there. Not who you want to be there because you don't like them. There's a whole lot of motherfuckers we don't like. That don't mean they criminals. Get the people who's supposed to be there so we can pay to keep their asses in there so we can be free. R. Kelly is not a threat to goddamn society, but that's what the judge told you. That's what the judge told you. He's a threat to society. He's a flight risk. Never ran, never fled none of his cases. When he went to court, he went every day. What the hell was this judge looking at? Because she got orders. I ain't saying alleged. She got orders under no circumstances let him free. Under no circumstances. But then, something happened. And see, while everybody was talking about other shit, who's doing what in this, I was doing breakdowns. Been doing these breakdowns for 2-3 years. Yeah, I was getting in people's business and making phone calls. Sure was. Getting in business. Getting in business so much so my friend was worried about me. She said, please be careful. I said, okay, I'm going to be careful, but I'm going to get it out here because I was ordained to do so. So then, next thing you know, they was going after certain people, other men. They were going after them, right? They were going after other people. And they were trying to get one other big person, but they couldn't. And y'all know they was trying to get Russell Simmons. But Russell has something on Oprah. Remember that documentary that's supposed to came out with Russell Simmons? It never got there. Remember that then she go sit up there and try to go after Michael Jackson? There was the wrong people. Oh, he had something on Oprah. He did, I believe so. He did. And that shit went away. So in that industry, you better get something on somebody. Damn sure better. You damn sure better. So, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, let me see. Some more stuff that happened. And I'm just sitting up there just not even going in order. And the shit just falling into play. Because when it goes into play, wasn't it the Mann Act that took down R. Kelly? You mean the Mann Act that hadn't been used in over 70 years? That Mann Act, supposedly? You mean the Mann Act? What is the Mann Act? Oh, the White Slaves Act. Thank you, Rosenberg. Big Elvis, the Chief Rosenberg. Wasn't it the Mann Act that took down? Okay, now I see it. I don't know why this thing only showing the comments and then it shows the thing. Well, yeah, it's supposed to be, and that should have been abolished a long time ago, because the Mann Act is really the White Slaves Act. You can't tell people that they can't take their mistress, for the purpose of across state lines for the purpose of sex. You know what I mean? And that's what that was about. So what happened was, it was supposed to be like if a black man dated a white woman and took her across state lines and they have sex, that's supposed to have been a crime back then. Of course it was a crime back then. We had a lot of racist and biased laws back then. Okay? But then white men were getting caught up with it with their mistresses when they wanted to get the mob bosses. So they was like, they stopped that. You know, you can't tell grown people that we can't travel across state lines because that's a sin, and that's against the law. If I want to go across state lines to fuck, that's my business. That's my business. If you really look at what the Mann Act is, that's what it basically is. How you gonna tell me taking me across state line? They say, oh, that's trafficking. No, I'm going to get some. I know what I'm coming to do. The hell? Now, what's trafficking? When I think trafficking, I think of Taken, the movie Taken. I don't think trafficking, when you coming and flying and you going all over the place and you free. What kind of trafficking y'all talking about? Because I don't, maybe it's my comprehension. But when I think of trafficking, I think of people held against their will. I don't think people, well, you sent for her so she could just have sex with you. A lot of men do that. A lot of men send women on private jets to come be with them. I'm not understanding. I'm just not understanding. But I digress. I'm not understanding because I'm one of the ones I will cuss your ass out. Get out my motherfucking business. If I'm coming to get him some pussy and he come to give me some dick, stay out my damn business. That's spitting fire. That's just me. That's just me. Get out my business. I don't need you in my ovaries. I don't need you in my vagina. Y'all up in that already too much. The government already all up in our vagina. Telling us what we can't do, who we can do it with. This is too much. Too much. However, and there is a however in that sentence. People say some of the most craziest shit ever. Okay? People say the most craziest shit ever. Now, we're going to be talking, I'm going to show y'all some more stuff. I'm going to show y'all some more shit about the setup. All right? I'm going to show y'all some more stuff about the setup. But I'm trying to show y'all some clippings because I don't want to go through a whole big video. Because I tried to put this on everybody's live. And I wanted other bloggers, but you know, they got their own thing. They for themselves. That's fine. I'm on here for injustice, you know, for men's rights. And some people like, look, I'm not on here for that stuff. I'm not that deep, okay, in it like that. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm just not. And I understand. However, sometimes I think it's sad because when I see that an innocent man is detained, I do whatever I can. No innocent person should be locked away in a cell, especially when someone has and known to be a liar. A liar. Okay? No one should be in a cell knowing that they have been lied on. No one. So, now, I did something. Let me see. I'm looking for something right now. Let me see what I'm looking for. Oh. Okay. So remember we was talking about Gerald Griggs, right? Up in the corner. I'm glad I left this picture up. So we talked about him being a civil rights attorney in NAACP. Well, you know, when he was watching that watch party I just showed you guys a clip of, that was with Jamal Bryant. He's another one just... I don't know why anybody would go to his church. He need somebody. He's a pastor who need to go to a pastor. Like, really? Like, wow. And he got a big congregation. Like, really? This y'all following this? Like, the world has become so gullible. Oh my God, y'all become so gullible. Y'all follow Jamal Bryant? Oh my goodness. Look, well, I read the Bible myself. No, never mind. Your interpretations of what God wants for me, no, never mind. Nope. But anyway, let's take a listen. Now listen, close. You got to pay attention to what she's saying. But most importantly, pay attention to him. Because they all said that R. Kelly been trafficking young girls. He liked young underage girls is what this whole narrative has spewed out from, and they said for many years. So pay attention to this. Pay attention closely. And you got to turn up your volume.
One of the young ladies asked her, Larry, that just recently left a few months ago. She said, I asked her, did she ever talk about her family? She said, no, because that would be disrespectful to him. And he felt that that was disrespectful to him to speak about their family. And if they did, they would get beat.
Wow.
So they were not allowed to talk about any of their past, and their family members, sisters, brothers, grandparents, cousins, or whatever that they knew in their past. And they would get beat for that and punished.
I want to ask Dr. Brown and Attorney Griggs, if we were to roll the clock back.
Y'all see that? So she said that Azriel said that they were not able to talk to their parents. That's what she said. So I'm trying to find that clip, okay, what Azriel had said. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Just hold on. Y'all know these are not young eyes anymore, y'all. And I wasn't planning on doing all this for y'all. So hold on. All right? Just hold on for Spittinfire. Just hold on. Let me see. Because the girl said something totally different when she was with her damn daddy. And I'm trying to find that clip where she was with her daddy and she said that no, Azriel, let me see. Is it at the top? Is it at the top? Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Lord, let me find this stuff. Let me find it. Hold on, Clary. Hold on. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I got this. Let me see. Is this it? No, that's not it. Damn, y'all. Clip. That's not it either. It's so many. But anyway, there was a clip where she said that R. Kelly told her to go home and call her father. And her father was like, well, he wouldn't let you talk. She said, no, that's not true. But the mother gets in the church and lied all up in the church, child. All up in the church. Like, well, how y'all just gonna lie in the church like that? How y'all just gonna lie in the church like that? Wait a minute, is this the one I just had? Let me see. Oh, here goes the other one. Okay, so this is the one I wanted you to see, y'all. Hold on.
Attorney, I want you to talk about the legal hurdles that you had to go through in order to get to the point where
Pay attention.
We are now.
Well, I mean, we face a gamut of legal hurdles. First and foremost, the first question was whether or not these women were over age. And once it was determined that they were of age when they met him, we faced a host of issues.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again. Come on, let's go. Hold on. Let me see.
I want you to talk about the legal hurdles that you had to go through in order to get to the point where we are now.
Well, I mean, we face a gamut of legal hurdles. First and foremost, the first question was whether or not these women were over age. And once it was determined that they were of age when they met him, we faced a host of issues. And so, like Tim said, 3 years ago when they came in my office, after he called me, I first started to strategize, how can I help? Because legally there weren't too many options. But what we had to do was destroy the narrative that's been surrounding this individual and many cases like this, that these are women that no one cares for, that these are women that no one will fight for. And so we took a outside the box approach and we started to destroy the narrative. We had to convince men and women across the country to believe what was going on by taking apart the easy predation that's going on right in front of your eyes. So my hat's off to the Savages for opening their lives. And I mean, they've taken a lot of grief, a lot of unnecessary attacks.
Did you guys hear him say, we had to find out, there go YouTube playing with my numbers again. They don't want this information out. They don't want this information out. How can he say they were of legal age? Then what the hell we here for? What is he locked up for? What the hell is he locked up for? We had to take another. You ain't have to take nothing else. They are legal age. It's their business. You ain't. What? Wait, hold up. An attorney? You did what now? Interesting. Interesting. I just want people to understand, because a lot of times they don't pay attention to stuff that they should. You know what I'm saying? They should pay attention to things. And they don't. And they should. He said that they were of age. There was nothing else to discuss. YouTube don't want me to put this out here. They playing with my numbers on the live because they don't want me to put this out here. They don't want y'all to know the truth. They probably the setup too. However, and there is however in those sentences, you heard him say when them women was of age. But I think I will play that again for y'all. I think I will play that for y'all again.
Attorney, I want you to talk about the legal hurdles that you had to go through in order to get to the point where we are now.
Well, I mean, we face a gamut of legal hurdles. First and foremost, the first question was whether or not these women were over age. And once it was determined that they were of age when they met him, we faced a host of issues. And so, like Tim said, 3 years ago when they came in my office, after he called me, you know, I first started to strategize, how can I help? Because legally there weren't too many options. But what we had to do was destroy the narrative that's been surrounding this individual and many cases like this, that these are women that no one cares for, that these are women that no one will fight for. And so we took a outside the box approach and we started to destroy.
Attorney, I want you to talk about the legal hurdles that you had to go through in order to get to the point where we are now.
Well, I mean, we face a gamut of legal hurdles. First and foremost, the first question was whether or not these women were over age. And once it was determined that they were of age when they met him, we faced a host of issues. And so, like Tim said, 3 years ago when they came in my office, after he called me.
Excuse me? Attorney, Gerald Griggs? You say, no. The narrative was R. Kelly like underage girls. The story that everybody around the world saying he messing with little girls, 13, 14-year-old girls. You part of Mute R. Kelly. You the attorney for the parents. And you said you did what now? Let's listen to that again.
Attorney, I want you to talk about the legal hurdles that you had to go through in order to get to the point where we are now.
Well, I mean, we face a gamut of legal hurdles. First and foremost, the first question was whether or not these women were over age. And once it was determined that they were of age when they met him, we faced a host of issues. And so, like Tim said, 3 years ago when they came in my office, after he called me, I first started to strategize, how can I help? Because legally there weren't too many options. But what we had to do was destroy the narrative that's been surrounding this individual and many cases like this, that these are women that no one cares for, that these are women that no one will.
Okay, I know I keep playing it, but if these women no one cared for, then why did somebody reach out to you? If these women no one cared for, then why did they reach out to you? If these women were of age, why the hell that man in jail? What the hell? Let's listen again.
Attorney, I want you to talk about the legal hurdles that you had to go through in order to get to the point where we are now.
Well, I mean, we face a gamut of legal hurdles. First and foremost, the first question was whether or not these women were over age. And once it was determined that they were of age when they met him, we faced a host of issues. And so, like Tim said, 3 years ago when they came in my office, after he called me, I first started to strategize, how can I help? Because legally there weren't too many options. But what we had to do was destroy the narrative that's been surrounding this individual and many cases like this, that these are women that no one cares for, that these are women that no one will fight for. And so we took a outside the box approach, and we started to destroy the narrative. We had to convince men and women across the country to believe what was going on by taking apart the easy predation that's going on right in front of your eyes. So my hat's off to the Savages for opening their lives. And I mean, they've taken a lot of grief, a lot of unnecessary attacks to get to the point, and threats to get to the point they are. But what we had to do was to change the minds of prosecutors, to change the minds of people in the industry, and to ultimately bring Mr. Kelly to justice. And now he's facing 4 indictments for the situations that women have always said for the last 20 years.
No, you motherfuckers said that he liked underage girls. You motherfuckers said that he was a damn pedophile. That's what you motherfuckers said. I'm turned the mic all the way up. That's what you said. Didn't I not play Gayle King at the beginning of my live? That's what you said. Now you saying, well, when we found out they were of age, then why we here? That's the cutoff right there. But what really got me is all these men that's supposed to be men on this internet. Whether they see this live, whether you play it for them, time stamp it, say, hey, did you see Spittinfire Live about R. Kelly? And see what they say. See what they do. There is no man on YouTube that should not be playing this clipping and in an uproar. That's the fucked up part about it. The fucked up part about it is this Me Too shit got people so scared, they don't know when to be upset. They don't know when to, because it's not just the fact it's R. Kelly, it could be you. They don't even know when to be outraged. This is the same shit that you will see a cop beating down a black boy. Only difference is the government taking your freedom. That's just as dangerous. They don't even know. That's the sad part. They scared to speak up. Scared. Silenced. So when I see men, and I don't care if they celebrities or not, that don't speak up and they know the truth, I don't have no respect. You know the truth, speak. I didn't tell you this. I didn't say this. I'm showing you what they're saying out of their mouths. I'm showing you video clippings of what they said out of their mouths. No edit, no cutting and pasting. I'm showing you clippings. That's what I'm showing you. I'm showing you clippings. So I don't understand what's what. I'm showing you clippings. That's it. That's it. I'm showing clippings. So let's take a listen to this.
Not as a human being. They did not meet him at church. They didn't know him no which way.
Shout out to Truth Media.
Kelly, whether they saw him at a mall, whether they saw him at a movie theater, whether they saw him at a park, whether they saw him at a show. And so, no matter what, all of them met him as a celebrity. And they were infatuated with that celebrity. And because of that, I feel like a lot of them just dated him because of that. Because of who he was, because of the life that he had, because of the life that he could provide them. You know, a lot of them talk about how badly they were tortured, but can you talk about the shopping sprees? Can you talk about you keeping your hair and nails done? Can you talk about all the great times that you had dinner and was spending money and was splurging and was so happy? Because one thing about Robert, he has a very giving heart. And there is no way at all whatsoever that he is a celebrity and he's not giving them a penny to enjoy themselves. And that's where I get so upset, because as a celebrity, he has no reason to keep you kidnapped or keep you tied up. He just has no reason to do that when he can.
Hold it. Wait a minute. Wait just one damn minute now. This whole narrative started about he kidnapped. Remember Gayle King interview I started off with? You hold them hostage against their will. Why wouldn't they say that, Robert? All of them saying the same thing. Hold up. Now, she done turned on him too. But now this is after he was already in jail. Huh? Why we had to keep them hostage? Y'all believed he was holding them hostage. Do we need to start getting shirts that say they lied on R. Kelly? Y'all need to start wearing them goddamn shirts. Y'all, this is their words. This is not me saying it. Let's listen some more.
Allow you to move freely, take care of you, and still, you know, at the end of the day, whatever will happen, you know. So for people to just say that, you know, oh, I was just kidnapped, or I was tied up, I couldn't leave, I couldn't do this. It's like, what about the good times? I know there were good times.
Yep, there were good times, and you knew that they were too. You knew that they were good times too. Let's talk about it some more. Let's go.
For hope, it's very hard. I've spent my last years with this man, so it's not something that I can just turn on and off. It's devastating. I feel like I'm a very intelligent, smart, bright 21-year-old. I am definitely young, but I'm very mature in spirit. And I just feel like, you know, anyone who thinks that I'm brainwashed and not, you know, smart enough to make my own decisions,
Wait a minute. They said that they were brainwashed. Y'all remember them saying that they were brainwashed? Come on, YouTube. I don't have time for y'all to play with my numbers. Stop doing that. You know what I mean? They need to stop. Can I get the lights up, please? They need to stop doing that. You know, my First Amendment is my First Amendment right to talk about this. All right? It's my First Amendment right to talk about this. Showing there's only one view, that's not cool. That's not cool.
I feel like that determines how, you know, their mentality. That's not something I can control, but I know that I'm very smart and I know that I'm intelligent. So, you know, Rob, our last conversation that I had with him in Chicago, you know, he inspired me and told me, Bear, just do what you want, do what makes you happy. He told me to continue to pursue my dreams, pursue whatever I want to pursue. And that's really all that I would be able to do. I feel...
So, The mama said that when she left, they couldn't talk about their parents. Well, he telling her good stuff and all this and that. That's not what he said.
And you feel like no matter what you go through with this person, it's worth going through because there's no other person you would want to go through this with. And that's with, you know, you being in love with whoever it is. You know, not just me and Rob personally, but that could be any other person's relationship. You just feel like no matter what, the good or the bad, you want to go through it with that person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's oh. Well, yeah. So what do y'all think? I mean, like what? Like what? What are y'all thinking? What are y'all thinking? Okay, so remember the mama said in the church that the girl said that they wasn't able to talk to their parents. Remember I just showed y'all that. I finally found it. Here we go.
So when it comes to me having to track you and run and travel and do all this, it's a problem, man. Especially when I talk to your better half at that time. He'd make it seem like it's
Wait a minute. Did the daddy say that's her better half? You said she was hostage. He was having sex with your daughter underage, all this and that. Now he a better half. That's what you do? Oh, okay, let me stop.
a game. And you ain't gonna play games with me, with my child. So the difference was with him, he wasn't dictating that to you. So that's where me and his war started. If he was dictating it to you, you could have put it off by calling me saying, hey Dad, it ain't like that, I'm good, this and that.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Robert would ask me to call you guys, and no matter what city we were in.
Excuse me? The mother just said that the other girl, which was her, when she left, they couldn't talk about their parents or he would get them. Now, you just saying on here that Robert said what? Spittinfire be breaking shit down on here now. Spittinfire be breaking shit down on here. Woo, did y'all hear that? Didn't she say in the church, the mama of the other girl said, when the other girl left, she said that they wasn't allowed to talk about, lie to the pastor in the church, y'all.
He would say, is this your father's number or is this your mother's number? And it would say, call me. And I would say, yes, that is my father's number. And he's like, you need to call him. And I would say, I'm not going to call him. Because at that point, the only thing I get is bickering every time I pick up the phone. So if I can avoid it, if I can enjoy myself in this nice little penthouse while we in New York for the weekend, I'm going to enjoy my weekend. It was very suffocating because I was an adult at the end of the day, period.
You was a what now? I know I got a little wax in my ears. I know I got a little wax. Clean y'all ears out too. I know y'all got some wax in y'all ears. I know y'all got some wax in y'all ears. Y'all want to hear that again? Do I need to? I'm gonna let y'all play it. I'm gonna play that again for y'all. I'm gonna play that again for y'all.
So when it comes to me having to track you and run and travel and do all this, it's a problem, man. Especially when I talk to your better half at that time. He'd make it seem like it's a game. And you ain't gonna play games with me, with my child. So the difference was with him, he wasn't dictating that to you. So that's where me and his war started. If he was dictating it to you, you could have put it off by calling me saying, hey Dad, it ain't like that, I'm good, this and that.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Robert would ask me to call you guys, and no matter what city we were in, he would say, is this your father's number or is this your mother's number? And it would say, call me. And I would say, yes, that is my father's number. And he's like, you need to call him. And I would say, I'm not going to call him. Because at that point, the only thing I get is bickering every time I pick up the phone. So if I can avoid it, if I can enjoy myself in this nice little penthouse while we in New York for the weekend, I'm going to enjoy my weekend. It was very suffocating because I was an adult at the end of the day, period.
So when it comes to me,
because I was an adult at the end of the day. And if I'm going to enjoy myself in this penthouse for the weekend, that's what I'm going to do. Damn it. And Robert would tell me to call y'all. Oh, but they told us they wasn't allowed to talk about their parents and everything. Just lying. Just lying. Their asses should be in jail. We should be demanding to the FBI we want their asses in jail. This is going to be the Hunger Games if we don't get a hold of this as the people. I don't think it is R. Kelly's or these people business anymore. We the people. That's what y'all said. When I was on Kwame Brown channel, that's what y'all said. Y'all said we was the people. That's what you said. So if the government worked for we the people, then we the people need to stand up and start saying something. And we need to say, I didn't hear that from no blogger. I heard it from their mouths. Why is this man detained when I hear something contrary out of their mouth? Believe victims. Believe women. Women would never lie on sexual assault. Interesting. Real interesting. But we know that to be a lie. So let's go back. All the way back to Michael Avenatti. You see how I took y'all all around the world to go right back to Michael Avenatti? Let's listen.
His wife, Alice, are the parents of Azriel Clary, 21 years of age, who was recently featured on the interview with Gayle King of CBS. Azriel Clary met R. Kelly in 2015 originally. She was 17 years of age. It was made clear to Mr. Kelly and his handlers and enablers and others that she was 17 years of age. Mr. Kelly, together with those around him, convinced Angelo and Alice to permit Azriel Clary to be around Mr. Kelly in an effort to further her musical career. Azriel was intent on trying to use this as an opportunity to become a musical star. And in fact, R. Kelly and those around him did everything in their power to convince her that if she did this, that she too would become a star. We now know, of course, that this is part of his modus operandi relating to preying on young girls and convincing those around young girls to allow them to be around R. Kelly. I want to be clear about something. R. Kelly alone did not convince Mr. and Mrs. Clary to allow their daughter to be around him. They insisted on having repeated assurances from others around Mr. Kelly that their daughter would be safe, would be kept out of harm's way, and nothing inappropriate would transpire between their daughter and Mr. Kelly. Under no circumstances would they ever have agreed to allow their daughter to be around Mr. Kelly and others had they thought that she was at risk. There has been a recent claim, there's been a lot of recent claims, unfortunately, that Mr. and Mrs. Clary sold their daughter to Mr. Kelly, knew what was transpiring between their daughter and Mr. Kelly, asked their daughter to take naked pictures and videos with Mr. Kelly, told their daughter to lie to Mr. Kelly and claim that she was 18 when in reality she was 17. All of this is complete and utter nonsense. It is absolutely false. And
it is absolutely false. That's what he said. That's what he said. Y'all heard that? Did y'all hear that? Let me see. Y'all don't be hearing shit. Y'all don't be hearing stuff. Let me see. Not that. Let me see. Not that. I am looking for something. I'm gonna play that again. I am definitely gonna play that again. Okay. Wait a minute. Whew, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna play that again. I'm trying to find some things. Oh, let me see if I can pull it up right here. Let me see.
Crawling, give it. Well, yeah, but she was saying the first thing I think she said.
No, not that. That ain't what I want to do. I ain't want to put that up. How I get out of this shit? Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. I am learning this stuff as I go, y'all. Y'all my teachers and y'all helping me all at the same time, y'all. Y'all teaching me and helping me all at the same time. I'm telling you. Y'all teaching me, helping me all at the same time. Let me see. Okay. Because I'm trying to find that. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I can do. Hold on. I know what I can do. Nope. I know what I can do. Let's see. This, the 23rd. When did the trial start? Did the trial start on the 20? When did the trial start, y'all? That's what I need to look up because I'm looking for something, but I can't find where the trial start. Let me see. Let me see. I'm looking at, let me see. I'm looking up some stuff right now. I'm going to share it with you guys. And I'm trying to find the date. I can't find the date to know some things when these trials started. I can't find the date when this trial start. Let's see. I'm trying to, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find, it's so much, and thanks to, again, every time I do it, I need to thank the infamous Sylvia for getting the transcripts. I mean, we contributed to it, but she still took the initial work to go get it. Well, anyways, in this initial transcript, she said that her mother and her father told her to dress a certain way because she was finna meet R. Kelly. So they had her on a mesh top, some tight-fitted jeans. Her mother pretended to be her and she was talking to R. Kelly. This is what the mother didn't tell Gayle King. I just don't understand why the mother didn't say, I pretended like I was her and that I was 18 years old. And then the mother took her to R. Kelly's room in the middle of the night. But none of y'all knew that. None of you naysayers knew all of that. Wasn't trying to hear all this. And I don't understand why. And I don't even have this transcript. I'll probably have to scrap it. I'll put it up one day when I do part 2 of this. Because it's so much. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. And I don't have it in organized. In which I was going to sit up there and present this to you because it wasn't my intentions on going this far. But I said all this to say, how is a criminal like Michael Avenatti able to help with all these criminal activities with these criminal people? How is it that these people can lie and it's okay? What jurors see this shit and think that this is fucking logic? Just because somebody say, I got evidence that I talked to R. Kelly, these were text messages. Okay, but we already knew you knew him. We already knew you were in a relationship with him, but was it a crime? We have to figure this shit out. And people not thinking rationally. Jurors don't think rationally today. They really don't. They don't think rationally today. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with a lot of these jurors. I hate to say that, but something wrong with them. And that's horrible. That's horrible because no juror should sit up there and be that damn stupid. Because I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Well, there's evidence. Like, how this girl go get on the stand, testify that her mother lied about her age to R. Kelly initially, and the mother don't be brought up on charges. But y'all got R. Kelly on charges. And look, here's how the law works. You cannot break the law to uphold the law. You cannot go on a stand and say under oath that somebody else did it, and the judge don't even open that up for an investigation right then and there. But yet, we want people like R. Kelly in jail. All this fraudulent stuff. This stuff is just too much for me. You know, as spitting fire, I be thinking to myself, I be like, self, why did I get into this? Why do I need to know this? Why was this brought up on me? Like, why did I have to do this? Because this is a lot of hard work. But I'm going to be bringing this shit up. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to be bringing this shit up. This shit is crazy. This shit don't mean no good to nobody about how the hell this man is locked up on some shit that these people are not credible. These are not credible people. Got a man locked up on somebody that ain't damn credible. The hell kind of shit is this? What the hell kind of shit is this? I would not want to be with somebody that ain't credible. Damn, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna have to look at that again. Cause I can't even remember when the trial started. I know it was in August. I can't remember the date. Y'all. I cannot remember the date of when this trial started. Like, when this trial started, was it August or was it beginning of the August, or when was it? I don't remember. I can't remember. I'm trying to think, like, where was it? But anyway, I'm going to do a part 2 to this anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I'm going to do a part 2. And I have it well put together even more so because this was just spontaneous. This was just a spur of the moment. I was really just going to go in on our Michael Avenatti. I wasn't even planning on going this far. But you got a lot out of me today for something that I wasn't even going to do. So you guys have been spoiled today from me. And that's only because I've been gone for so long off camera on my show that I wanted to actually give you guys the 18th or the 19th. Yeah. But don't worry, you guys. There is going to be a part 2. And you know what? And when I do put it together, the pieces, to mesh the video and everything, contrary to what they said, I just put PT2. So that would be in the title, PT2. PT2. So if you know what I'm saying? When I say PT2, you know to come on in, and that's going to be part 2 of this. Okay? So I'm not going to even do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to show all the shit that we had to endure, and it's R. Kelly stuff. We were called P-hives. We were called all kind of stuff. And it was crazy. So, it was crazy. It was crazy. I'm not going to even show that yet. I'm going to show that on part 2. But this, I do want to close y'all out with something. Hold on. Now, listen to this young lady. Now she went and played gullible because the money ran out and everything. But does this look like a girl that wasn't holding her own? R. Kelly made her eat shit.
Relationship, or do you each have a separate relationship with him? How does this work?
Well, both
I'm
of
curious.
those. Yeah, we both have our individual relationships with him, and we all are family all together. We have our moments where we sit and watch movies all together. We go to amusement parks all together.
I'm not talking about Azrael going to movies and sitting and watching, going to parks. I'm talking about, is it a three-way sexual relationship?
Sexually? Well, first of all, I'm not here to talk about my personal life, and I would never share with no one what I do in or outside of the bedroom. And as a woman, I'm sure you would not either.
Yes. No, I wouldn't, but
okay then.
No, you're
next
right.
question.
No, you're right. I would not, but this is a very different circumstance.
It's not a different circumstance. There are people all over the world who have multiple girlfriends.
You mind your business.
It's no different.
Do both of you all believe you're in love with him?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
Should your parents be concerned?
No.
Why?
Well, my parents knew where I have always been for 4 years. They have known. They know that I've been well taken care of.
They never thought you were missing, Azrael. They just were wondering if you were okay.
Well, my parents have actually came to Chicago and seen me a few times. I've talked to them. They stopped answering my calls.
You know what they say? They say that you were brainwashed. I talked to your dad last night. He says, my daughter is brainwashed, and he's very concerned. He said he was here 2 days ago, and you wouldn't even look him in the eye.
Okay, I wouldn't look him in the eye because he's a liar, and he's a manipulative liar.
I'll tell you why they're concerned, Azrael, because they say she's 17. We found text messages that indicated that she was having sex with R. Kelly when she was 17. Is that true?
No, that is a lie. That is a lie. I was not having sex with him at 17.
Why would they want to lie about you, their daughter?
Okay, so when I first met Robert, my parents told me to lie about my age. So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money, and
your parents. You're saying the same as saying.
Well, both of our parents are basically out here. They're trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened, you know, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that your parents are trying to get money from R. Kelly.
Okay.
Because your father told a very different story
to
me last night.
Yeah, he's the manipulative. He's very manipulative, so he's the one you need to watch out for. But my dad and my mom, they started to send threats to both me and him. They said, oh, I'll put all your naked pictures all over the world. I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin him. If he doesn't send $20,000 to this bank account by Monday, oh, I'm going to put everything out there and then $10,000 after that. You're trying to solicit me like I'm some hoe. I'm not. I'm your child.
I trust my daughter will be honest with us. And this was strictly her music. R. Kelly had a platform as big as music can ever give somebody. I didn't see the label stop supporting him.
And you told me that you saw him working with other young women.
Yes.
Last week, Kelly blamed Azriel's parents for their own estrangement.
What kind of father, what kind of mother will sell their daughter to a man?
3 months before Azriel turned 18, the Clarys signed a letter giving their consent for her to go on Kelly's tour and stay with a woman named Valerie Denise Payton. Who is Valerie Payton?
It ain't R. Kelly. It's not Robert Kelly.
But does she work with R. Kelly?
She's supposed to work for the label. We found out later on that she works for R. Kelly.
But at the time you signed this, you thought she was...
He told us it was someone affiliated with the music label.
From Sony.
Okay.
Correct.
So you thought she would be a chaperone for your daughter.
That's what she was supposed to be.
Okay.
And
I should have saw different signs. I should have saw the change in my baby girl.
How do you think this story is going to end with your daughter?
how I want to see it end, I want to see my daughter leave.
Of course, but are you concerned about how it could end? Are you...
I've heard like a suicide pact. You know, I know my daughter...
A suicide pact?
Yes, I've heard all kinds of stuff. So, you know,
That gives me chills, Alice.
It should give you chills.
It
because
does.
The difference is our daughter had experience with trying to do it. See, everybody else can talk it, but it's nothing like seeing a father coming in the house and seeing your daughter submerged in water and you have to pick her up and try to get her to the hospital. So I've been through that. So why everybody else may take this lightly and, oh, they just throwing something out there, it's real life for us.
So the other day when I did that video,
As you say, they're very concerned. You saw it.
Now, when you see this, you sound like you feel for them. You know, you feel like the media is telling you the truth. They put it together so well. You all in for it, and they won you over, right? They won you over, right? Okay. Now let's stop and take a look. Let's stop and break this down, okay? She said 3 months before she turned 18. She signed her over with a woman named Valerie Payton. They didn't know who Valerie Payton was. So it doesn't matter if they allowed her to go with R. Kelly or Valerie Payton. The fact is, they didn't know who none of these people were. And then she says, well, she tried to commit suicide over another boy that was her age. She literally tried to kill herself. I need y'all to hear me what I'm saying. With someone that was her age. Yet, 3 months just before she legal, all this hurrah. Does that make sense to y'all? That don't make no damn sense to me. And it still don't make no sense to me to this day. And I did that video over a year ago. 2 years ago to be exact. And it still don't make no sense to me to this day. Now, what we seen in the video today is that they admitted that they was of age. They admitted that they were grown. The mother, we gonna have Azriel say what she said in court under oath about lying about being 18. But yet, the fact is, it was just 3 months before she was 18, as the letter just said with Gayle King. It doesn't make any sense to go through all this 90 days before it doesn't make any damn sense. And then she's fully grown now, and you go through this whole circus of media, and the world fell for it. They fell for it. You told them they were 13, 14, 15 years old, and in fact, they were young adults, and everybody's mind was still through. That's like saying the Milgram experiment. That's like the Milgram experiment, where you trick people's head. You say things over and over again, knowing that it's false, and people will start to believe it. That's the power of programming. That's why it's called TV programs. You can be programmed. I'm not trying to program you. I'm letting you hear from their mouths. But we're going to do a part 2, PT2. May not be tomorrow. May not be the next day. But we're going to do it. Now that you know the truth, what are you going to do? The man is locked up. These people did it. These people were crooked. These people are being convicted on other crimes. How is it that a lot of these attorneys are being convicted? Michael Avenatti. His conviction and all the stuff that he was doing, and he inserted himself in the R. Kelly situation, and that doesn't get overturned just on a technicality like that? Well, it's out here now. I'm going to keep doing it. I may not be in the Kel sector anymore, where I just cover R. Kelly often. But periodically, I'm going to come back and visit. And when I do, there's going to be a breakdown on many different ways. And next time, I'm going to be well put together, because I did not expect to be on here this long. Because I missed y'all so much, and I thought about this man today. I thought about this man being detained, knowing that his liars are free. Then she said, naked pictures. I'm going to post your naked pictures. So you knew that your daughter had naked pictures? Remember Azrael said she going to post my naked pictures. So you knew that there were naked pictures, and you what? You didn't go to the police, though. Straight to media. Yep, that's what they did. Oh, we not finished. Until you guys know the truth and stop saying underage girls, you're going to always get a new breakdown in this case. So many ways. And the fact is, the truth always stands alone. I don't need to convince you. I'm going to let them tell you out their own mouths what they said, as I've done here right now. Thank y'all for listening to Spitting Fire. Thank y'all. Fire out.